everybody. Ready to feel inspired. Today we're diving into some incredible stories. Stories that really highlight the power of human connection.
It's like we're going to warm our hearts by the glow of some amazing acts of kindness.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm.
With all the tech and noise in the world, it's easy to forget how powerful, simple human connection can be.
Absolutely, and that's why we're excited to share these stories with you.
Right, so we're taking a deep dive into a book called Heartbeat: Celebrating Human Connection, Tales That Warm the Soul. It's full of these really inspiring stories from across the globe.
And what's amazing is that each story is unique, but they all share this common thread of kindness and the incredible impact it can have.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump right into our first story. This one takes us to Amsterdam, where one winter hit particularly hard.
Oh, yeah. It was brutal. The snow and ice made it really tough, especially for the elderly folks who couldn't get out to get groceries or even just see another face.
And that's when the bicycle brigade stepped up.
This group of amazing, everyday cyclists decided to brave the cold and not just deliver food, but also spend time with the seniors.
It's like they were delivering a double dose of warmth, food for the body and connection for the soul.
Exactly. And the best part, it didn't stop there. They started using the hashtag bicycle brigade.
Oh, yeah, and that sparked a whole movement. I saw people all over the world getting inspired and starting their own bicycle brigades.
It just goes to show you that a simple act of kindness can have a ripple effect across the globe.
Absolutely. All right, now let's travel to Johannesburg, South Africa, where we find another amazing story about the power of art to bring hope.
Yes. This one's about an artist who started offering free art classes to kids in a really struggling neighborhood.
When you think about it, art can be such a powerful outlet, especially for kids who are facing a lot of challenges in their lives.
It gives them a way to express themselves, process their emotions, and just find a little bit of beauty in the midst of hardship.
And similar to the bicycle brigade, this story also went viral with the hashtag Art of Hope.
People were so touched by the idea that they started donating art supplies and sharing the story, which brought even more attention to the importance of creative expression.
And the ripple effect continues. So this next story is close to my heart. We're talking about a soup kitchen in New York City, but it's not your average soup kitchen.
Right. This is so much more than just a place to get a meal. The volunteers here decided to serve up stories along with the food.
They really wanted to create a space where people felt seen and heard, where they could connect with others and share their experiences.
It's such a beautiful idea because it transforms a basic need into an opportunity for genuine human connection.
Absolutely. And guess what? They even started using the hashtag Stories with Soup, which is now inspiring other organizations to think about how they can foster similar connections.
I love that. It really shows you the power of simply listening and sharing stories to create a sense of belonging.
Speaking of belonging, our next story takes us to Dubai, where a group of people came together to transform a barren piece of land into a community garden.
Yeah, it's amazing what they accomplished. They called it the hashtag Dubai Green Oasis, and it's become this beautiful green haven in the middle of the bustling city.
And it's not just about the plants, It's about the relationships that have blossomed alongside them. It's about community ownership and working together towards shared goal.
It's really a testament to the power of collective action and how it can bring people together and create something beautiful.
All right, get ready for a story that will resonate with anyone who loves music. We're heading to Rio de Janeiro, where a group of musicians decided to bring the healing power of music to hospital patients.
I love this one. Music has this incredible ability to soothe, uplift, and even heal, and these musicians recognize that.
They would go into the hospital and play live music for the patients, bringing a bit of joy and hope into what can be a really difficult environment.
And the impact was incredible. Music is a universal language. It can transcend words and connect with us on such a deep emotional level.
They called their initiative #MusicHeals. And it's a beautiful example of how music can bring comfort and connection to people who need it most.
It really highlights the power of music to touch our souls and remind us of the beauty that still exists even in the midst of hardship. And it's so inspiring to see how these musicians are sharing their gift with the world. Okay, are you ready for a story that's sure to warm your heart?
Always. Let's hear it.
All right, this one takes us to Tokyo, where we meet this amazing elderly woman who's spreading kindness one stitch at a time.
Oh, I love these kind of stories. What's she doing?
She knits blankets for the homeless, and get this, each blanket comes with a handwritten note of encouragement.
Wow, that's so touching. It's one thing to give someone a blanket to keep warm, but to add that personal touch with a note, it just shows how much she cares.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
like she's giving them a hug, a reminder that they're not forgotten.
And did this story stay in Tokyo or did it spread?
Oh, it definitely spread. People all over the world were so moved by her story that they started using the hashtag Tokyo Blanket Love and began knitting blankets for those in need in their own communities.
I love that. It just shows you how a simple act of kindness can ripple outwards and inspire so much good.
Exactly. Okay, now let's shift gears and head over to Paris.
Ooh, Paris. What heartwarming story awaits us there?
Well, in Paris, there's this special cafe called the Language Cafe where locals teach French to refugees.
That's a fantastic idea. Learning a new language can be such a daunting task, especially when you're in a new country.
Right, and it can be really isolating too. But at the Language Cafe, it's not just about learning French, it's about connecting with people, making friends, and feeling welcome in a new place.
That's so important. And they're using a hashtag too, right?
Yes, it's hashtag Language Cafe Paris, and it's becoming a model for other cities who want to create similar welcoming spaces for newcomers.
That's awesome. Okay, now let's travel to Mumbai, where we'll discover another incredible story about the power of education.
All right, so in Mumbai, there's this group of volunteers who are setting up street libraries in slums.
Street libraries, that's such a cool idea.
It is right. They recognize that for many children living in slums, access to books is a luxury they can't afford.
And we all know how important books are for sparking imagination and opening up new worlds.
Exactly. And they're using the hashtag Mumbai Street Library to share their story and inspire others to do the same.
It's amazing how something as simple as a street library can have such a profound impact on a community.
Absolutely. All right, now let's head down under to Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, I love Melbourne. What heartwarming tale will we find there?
This one is about a community fridge.
A community fridge. I've never heard of that. What is it?
It's basically a fridge that's placed in a public space, and anyone can take food from it or leave food in it.
Oh, that's based on a lot of trust.
It is, and that's what makes it so special. It's a way for people to help each other out without any judgment or stigma.
And it's a great way to reduce food waste, too.
Yeah, exactly. They're using the hashtag Melbourne Community Fridge, and it's really catching on in other cities as well.
It's so inspiring to see people coming together to support each other in such a practical and meaningful way.
It really shows the power of community and how we can all make a difference. All right, for our final story today, we're going back to London.
London. Okay, what's this one about?
This one's a bit different. It's about the hashtag London Silent Walk, which is a powerful demonstration of solidarity for people struggling with mental health challenges.
A silent walk. That's interesting. Tell me more.
So basically, hundreds of people come together and walk in silence. It's a way of acknowledging the invisible struggles that so many people face and showing their support.
It's like they're saying, we see you, we hear you, you're not alone, without saying a word.
Exactly. And the silence itself is really powerful. It creates this space for reflection and contemplation.
And has this spread beyond London?
It has. The hashtag London Silent Walk has inspired similar events around the world, helping to break down the stigma surrounding mental health and encourage open conversations. And it really shows you the power of just being present, offering support without even having to say a word.
Absolutely. Sometimes silence can speak volumes.
Yeah.
All right, as we wrap up our deep dive into these heartwarming stories, I can't help but feel a sense of hope.
I agree. It's so easy to get caught up in the negativity of the world, but these stories remind us that there's still so much good out there.
They really highlight the power of human connection and how even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect.
Exactly. And what strikes me is that these stories come from all over the world, which shows you that kindness is a universal language.
It's something that transcends borders, cultures, and backgrounds. It's something that we all understand and need.
And it's something that we can all choose to practice. We don't have to wait for some grand opportunity to be kind. We can start right now in our own little corner of the world.
Absolutely. So as we end this episode, I'd love to hear from you. What story resonated with you the most? What act of kindness inspired you?
And more importantly, what act of kindness will you choose to share with the world? It doesn't have to be anything big. Even a small gesture can make a difference.
Remember, kindness is contagious. Let's spread it far and wide.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of heartwarming discovery.
We'll see you next time for more inspiring stories of human connection.